Hi, and welcome to the Law Center videocast. I'm your host and founder of the Law Center, Larry DeMarco. Thank you for joining us this evening. We go live on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. So please join us, comment in the chat room on the right, where you can interact with other guests live in real time. I have another special guest for my videocast this evening. We're here with Elaine Cobb. She's the owner and founder of Family Access, Fighting for Children's Rights. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. Her organization works to bring more awareness and education of alienation, as well as support to alienated families. She provides a website with a wealth of information and resources, monthly and bi-monthly webinars, and a bi-weekly television program on the Now Network television. Elaine, thank you for being a guest on the Law Center videocast.
I am honored that you asked me, Larry. Thank you so much.
We're honored to have you. Elaine, tell us, why are you so passionate about your work?
Well, as some people know, some don't. I too am an alienated mom and a grandmom as well. We call it the double whammy because we're both. But, my son's been alienated from us for 12 years. Our Bryan and my granddaughter, Dare, who will be 11 years old in June. We've never met her. So long ago, actually, Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights is 10 years old this month. So it's our anniversary. And I was just sitting there one day and decided, I'm tired of wallowing in self-pity and crying about it every day. This isn't solving anything. Nothing is going to happen. And I decided to start Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights. And when we first initially started it, we were going to do it just for North Carolina. And then I made a Facebook page. And the next thing I know, I'm getting people responding from all over the country. And then we started conference calls in August of 2012. And then we started getting other countries all over the world. There's 42 countries involved with us now. It's really sad. It really breaks my heart. It's a phenomenon. It's a phenomenal sickness out there of abuse. And that's why we started Family Access.
Certainly glad you did. It's amazing how some good things can come from awful things. But tell us about Family Access and all these great resources that you provide.
Yes, Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights, like Larry has already mentioned to you, we are a 501c3, and we work really hard, probably 17 or 18 hours a day, trying to get as much information out there for you. We have a wonderful website, which we just added 3 new web pages this past Sunday, one of which was the Law Center as well. We were honored to have that on our page, on our site. Thank you. And we're blessed that we've had so many of the top professionals and experts willing to have a page with us on our website. And we've got many articles, many videos on there. I mean, you could truly spend well over a day just looking at it. It's just so much. And we just keep adding because we feel it's important to have this information for you. Some of you go per se, and a lot of what's on there can help you with that. Some of you just need support and understanding what is alienation. What am I going through? More importantly, what are my children and grandchildren having to go through? And we have that. And also the professionals, we have many professionals. I get emails constantly from them, telling me what a wealth of information it has been for them. And we're so thankful, and grateful that that is taking place. So that's what we do. Did you want me to stop and you let's get
Well, I will say this. I want to acknowledge you and applaud you. I try to find information about some professionals who don't necessarily self-promote. They don't have, some of them don't necessarily have their own webpage. And some of the best information that I found about a professional was the summary that you provide on their link. So wanted you to know that. What a positive thing I found that your site to be for no other reason than learning about these people.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we have all of those, and then we're blessed to have like webinars, like you had mentioned. We do them sometimes monthly, sometimes bi-monthly. We are adding a lot of new people that we haven't had before, who, like Larry was saying, they don't even have their own webpage, but yet they're very learned into alienation and the true science of alienation and the abuse of it. And we're really careful about who we add to our website and also who we have on our webinars and our conferences and everything. I really don't want us to be responsible for giving anybody the wrong information. And because I've told people before, you go to court, sometimes that's your first impression on a judge. So you better have it right. You better have your information solid. And so we do try to provide that for you if, unfortunately, you end up in a court situation. So we are careful who we have, and we are blessed to find them. We have found several new ones in the past month. And I'm still, I actually have some conference calls with some more in the upcoming week. So we're blessed to keep adding if we can. Some I've had to turn down because they don't quite agree, with the true science, and that's very important. But we have that. And then, do you want me to speak about Families Divided?
I do. So let me just help people find more about you. I get an email from you, so I think I filled out a form on I subscribed. So. Yes. So what happens is there's a place where we can give our email addresses, and then you give all this information. Elaine, I think you're one of the most loyal subscriptions that I have about giving information and about all these great resources. One thing I wanted to ask you is, could you distinguish between the format of what's going on in your weekly webinars and the TV show? What will I get different content if I watch?
Yes, each? Somewhat. We realize now, having a television program, and I've gotten emails from people, they are living in alienation and they had no idea. They had no clue that they are in alienation. So what we've asked our experts to do on the webinars, we've got so many of you, like you, Larry, who are so learned in alienation, they just want more meat, so to speak. Well, the Families Divided TV gives more milk, so to speak, because we kind of consider these new people who are just starting out and understanding, oh, wow, my family's going through this, or I know a coworker or some other family member that's going through this. So we've got to slow down and let them catch up. So I consider them kind of like a kindergarten, first or second grade type level, and learning about alienation. So yes, the format there is a little different, and the segments are 18 to 20 minutes in length. Sometimes we do book interviews. We had Dr. William Burnett and Dr. Demos Lorenz do a book interview about their great book, and we've had others as well. And then we have some great new people. Edward Kruk coming out of Canada. He's getting ready to be a guest, and he's also going to do our June webinar, which we're totally stoked about, because he's phenomenal and doing a great work up there in Canada. He works really hard, and we're happy to have him on board now. And we've got all kinds of new people, but it's important that we don't try to make it more clinical on the Families Divided TV show. We try to speak more to the heart and to the emotion of the pain and the suffering of alienation, but yet also add, importantly, they need to understand too, not just the hurt, and we are sympathetic to that, but you need to get what you're going through, and again, what's most important are their children and grandchildren. They live with these alienators. They have to deal with it on a 24/7 basis. So we want to do what's best for them and helping us understand how we can help them as well. So that's the difference in the Families Divided and the webinars.
That's very clear. Thank you for being so thorough. Now, when I hear of TV I think of running live, but you actually have these uploaded onto YouTube, if I'm not mistaken, so that we're not required to watch the live showing. Is that true?
The live show on now is also recorded. We have recorded. We're now getting ready to start June. When I finish with you today, I'm going to record some in June. But now we record and send to them, the Now Television Network. But if you miss the segment, as soon as it ends, our producer Mark Grady has already uploaded it to our YouTube Families Divided TV YouTube channel. I really hope many more of you will subscribe to our channel. As Larry knows, that's hugely important that you have the subscribers there, and you'll get, as soon as Mark posts it, you'll get the new updates. So if you don't make it on the Now channel, that's fine. We'll have them on the YouTube channel for you to see anytime you need to watch them.
And also make sure that you like, share with someone else,
Yes,
and leave
yes.
comments in the space below. It helps those YouTube algorithms, right, Elaine?
It certainly does. It really does. And we are, again, so thankful that we have all the people we have that are on board with us. Like I mentioned, Mark Grady, he is phenomenal. He has been in this business for like 35 years. And he was going to do it for free. And trust me, it's a lot of work for him to produce these shows. But we wouldn't let him, of course. But I mean, he's really awesome in everything. He spends days getting this stuff ready for us. And then, you know, I'm executive producer, and I have so much to do to get the right people, and then make sure we have enough filling the time, as well as the commercials and all of that. So I have to do all of that to help him, but it's a lot of work, but it's so worth it, because we're reaching people out there now. Like I was mentioning earlier, they didn't know they're living in alienation. When I, you know, realized what was happening to me, I was like, okay, I'm probably one of the only few people out there that are going through this, what we call the hell on earth, called alienation. And oh my goodness, when I got out there and saw, you know, it's a pandemic, it's horrible. And I'm like, we need to reach even more. We're not even touching the surface of people that are dealing with this and don't have a clue. We did, I think about 5 or 6 years ago, we had a rally here in Raleigh, and we did it at the courthouse. There were actually people leaving the courthouse who had just been in family court, and we were talking to them. This is exactly what they're going through. They didn't realize it had a name, alienation. And that's with parents and grandparents. And they're like, I had no idea. So it's important we all do, like Larry just said to you, share the videos, tell people about it. I mean, it's really great. Tonight's episode is really good. It's going to be with Chris Turner. She's speaking about the moderate and severe alienation. And we also have a grandmama on there who finally got to see her adult alienated grandchild. I think she hadn't seen her in 4 years. The mom has still not seen her, the alienated mom, but it was a great time. But
what is the name of that guest? Because one strength of the video cast, the Law Center video cast, is I like the content to be evergreen. So it's coming tomorrow, but people who watch this years later can still find it on your YouTube channel. What's the guest's name that you're talking about?
Okay, Chris Turner, and it's all that. I do hashtags on everything, and Chris Turner's on there, and then also Lori and Vita. Vita's the grandma and Lori's the mom on the success story. And then we have other success stories that'll be coming up as well. I like to do those in an upcoming segment with the Dr. Alan Blotsky one coming up, that I recorded. I had 2 new success stories that I had just heard over that weekend before. And so I shared them with those on Families Divided TV. We all need that little pump of adrenaline, you know, to help us get through this, because we're like, you know, oh Lord Jesus, how long, you know, how much longer are we going to deal with this? And hearing those that had been separated for years now, you know, reunited or maybe not totally reunited, but the child said they loved them, they hugged them. I mean, any little morsel helps. So very important. So we're trying to give you a variety of things on Families Divided, as well as our webinars. You can go to our welcome page of our website, and it gives you everything that's upcoming that we've got listed there for you. We also have where, like Larry said, you could register to get emails from us on that same welcome page, and you also can donate. Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights does everything. Nobody, we pay for everything, and it isn't cheap. So any donations you could give, no matter how small, I feel like those are the Widows' Mites ones, and they actually mean so much to me because I know they did have to sacrifice to give. We have some that do that monthly, whether it be $10, $25. It means a lot to have those come in because they want to be a part, even though they don't have much like most of us. And they just want to be a part of it. And that means a lot that they're doing that. And it really warms my heart and encourages me every time I get one of those.
Elaine, while you're mentioning donations, I want to ask you, what salary are you taking for this 18-hour-a-day job that you put into this?
My salary is knowing that we're reunifying or helping in some small way to give some support, encouragement, love to those who are going through this. I don't take any monetary salary. I never have, I never will. That's not what I'm about. This is a ministry to me. When we started, we wanted to make this a ministry, and I'm also a Christian. I don't try to hide that whatsoever. And we also do a bi-monthly Bible study now, the second and fourth Monday nights of the month, and it's turned into like a little support group. It is so special, and we are really enjoying doing that. Anyway, we know there are people that don't want to have anything, to do with that part of it, and that's fine. We respect that totally. That's not a problem. We just know that, please respect those that do, and any way we can help in an outreach, that's what we're trying to do. Every way we possibly can help, we want to help. Dr. Colleen Murray actually is a co-host with me doing these. I do one series, she does a series, and now it's my turn to do another series. We just started the Book of Job this past Monday night, and it's a tough one, but it's really a good one to do. But I encourage people, if you want to do that, you can go to our website and get that information there as well.
It's an especially good book for alienated parents. Elaine, we're talking about a lot of great resources, and I guess we're saving the best for last but not least. Tell us about these annual or biannual, I don't know, but these conferences, these great conferences that you throw. The first one I was all ready to go, but of course COVID made us go virtual, which I still found very helpful. So tell us first, not about the specific one coming up. Let's try and keep it evergreen. Tell us about annually, what do you arrange and organize?
Okay, last year we did have two because we missed a year before, and we wanted to make up because, I try to be a person of my word, and I told people we were doing them. So we ended up doing two, about killed me, but we did. Both of those were virtual. Our next one is an in-person one. And when you let me, I'll be glad to tell everybody about that one. But we are blessed to have some of the top people and professionals who really know all about alienation, who join us on these conferences and symposiums. And our first one was in 2019. We had that one in Kentucky. Hot, awesome time. That was an in-person, and so many people bonded there. They got to meet new people. Just being with other people in person that understand exactly where you are. They understand they're there. And being with them, talking with them, connecting and making new friends, and people that can be a bond with you through this. That's a huge thing for a lot of those that are alienated, because many feel they're all alone in this. And honestly, people, please let me tell you, you are never alone in this. We are always going to be there for you. Reach out to me, an email, or a lot of people contact me with Facebook. That's fine too. whatever way you can contact me. You are not alone. I know how that feels. I felt that way. I felt like I was the only person, and you're thinking, what did I do wrong to cause this to happen? What did I do to my child? And we begged to find out with our child, Bryan, what is wrong? What happened? Because we didn't have an argument or anything. He just walked away, and December 26, 2010, and nothing. And we get no response from him. And we've tried to figure it out, but we didn't do anything but try to be as supportive to him. And we always were very close. And then he got married, or he moved in with this girl named Kate, and then they had Dare, but after the marriage. But anyway,
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's okay. We're not giving up. We're gonna never give up. We're gonna meet that little girl Dare, no matter what anybody says. She's gonna meet us one day. She's gonna know how much we love her, how much we have fought to see her, what we have done through family access because of her, and not being able to be with her. Yeah, we're not going to ever give up, ever. Good. And I encourage all of you, please do not ever give up. I know it gets hard. I know how hard it gets, but please understand, try to make it about the children and the grandchildren. Again, they live this 24/7. We don't. We live the alienation, but they live with the alienator. That's not an easy thing, everyone. Please understand that. And so stay strong, stay healthy, and keep fighting for your child or your grandchild. That is what matters. Them. They matter more than us. Please understand, they're before us. Please make sure you keep it that way. That's important.
Elaine, thank you for that encouragement. Two things before we close up. At the end, before we close, I want to talk about this great upcoming conference. But for the people who are tuning in months or years later, I do want to ask, suppose we missed a webinar or we want to index your library. You mentioned that you give one free, no-cost view or something. Can you explain for people who are finding you now, and there's years that have gone by of good resources, how can we get to some of the old, real valuable phone call or webinars that you held on that weekly basis?
Yes, thank you, Larry. We have on our website what we call an international replay page. You can go to that. You will be able to access many of our past, not all, some of the best that we've had. And it's a very small fee to purchase a one-time replay. It's just like ordering a movie on television, but these are more important for you. And the monies that we get in for that goes back into our work. Basically, how I look at it, I set aside how I think every part plays for it. We use that to pay for Zoom. And that's not a cheap thing, but that's what we do. So yeah, we do have those for you. So please take advantage of those. We have many professionals that watch them, as well as those who are alienated. We had a lady in the UK watch one yesterday, so that's important.
So then another replay. I attended a conference and I woke up late for a very good presentation. I missed the first 20 minutes or a half hour. Is there a way for someone who attended a conference to see a portion of a speaker they missed?
Yes, if you purchase the conference, or you can still purchase that conference, you can go back and look. We have our conferences available for you. So if you want to purchase the conference, you're able to watch all of the presentations, and happy to do that for you. And so yeah, you can watch them if you miss something, and I can go back and check, because we don't want people to just kind of take advantage of it and they've already watched it and want to do it again. I'm not being rude, but I'm very busy and I don't have time just to keep going back and back and back. And it's not fair to others as well, who only got to see it one time. So if you've watched it once, we of course can go back and check to see if you watched, if you own it. But if you missed it, happily would love to let you watch it because you paid for it.
So reach out to you and send an email for anyone who's interested in past. If something's not on a page, but someone wants to review a conference, would you recommend that they send you an email about a past? Do you have that those resources listed anywhere on that page?
Yes, if it's a conference, each segment, there's a title for every presentation for each conference on listed in that one conference. And then all you need to do is say, I missed that one. Elaine, can I watch that one? And sure, I just need to know specifically when you want to watch it. And that's not a problem. But yes, all of them are listed with the titles of the presentation and the presenter under each conference. So everything's pretty well organized on there for you.
So now, last but not least, please tell us about this great upcoming event that you have on September, was it 9th to 11th, if I'm not mistaken, 11th to 13th? Tell us.
9th through the 11th.
Right,
Some of us are actually coming on the 8th and just hanging out Thursday night. I'm confidentially, I know thousands are watching this, but that's going to probably be my favorite night because I'm not working and I can just hang out and enjoy everybody. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Of course,
Is that posted for the social? Listen, these can be like spiritual retreats for people. Is that something that's public so that if we go early?
Yes, we're letting them know. And when they register, I remind them again when I confirm their registration and I email them, I let them know, hey, some of us are coming Thursday night and I've got a place, a restaurant reserved for us. And we're just going to hang out and just fellowship. And so a lot of them are coming in and you'll still get the same rate with the hotel for that night as well. So, and then we've got a list on the webpage for the conference. We have a list of things you can do in Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill, different places that you could do during the day on Friday before our conference starts on Friday evening. But we are really stoked over this conference. It's called Using and Refining Interpersonal Skills. It runs the 9th through the 13th. Early bird registration is now through April 30th. After that, you can register, but it'll start costing more. We'll have then an early bird and then we'll have a regular. So prices goes up from here on after that. And pretty much all you're paying for when you register now is just your meals. You get 6 meals through the conference, very good meals, I might add. And it's, really nice hot meals and you'll get all of that. That's pretty much all you're paying for. You're not really actually having to pay for the conference if you register early. So that's a good time to register. But
what's the theme of the conference?
Using and refining interpersonal skills. Our Dr. Jeffrey Gardier is our keynote speaker. They call him, I call him the man, but he is like, I can't even think what they call him now, Mr. Psychologist or whatever of America, but he's on television a lot. He's been on lots of different programs and news places and, and he's written stuff and he's our keynote speaker. He's just now started to get into alienation and we're really excited about that because as prominent as he is, we want to get him more involved. He helped with the Erasing Family and we want to get him more involved even stronger than what he already is. And that's our goal, is to make him that. And then we're going to have Bill Eddy with High Conflict Institute. A lot of you know Bill Eddy. He's written some of the best books that are out there. And Megan Hunter, who works with him in High Conflict, she's coming. Dr. Colleen Murray is our moderator. Dr. Joshua Coleman is coming, and he deals a lot with those who are parents of adult alienated children and grandparents.
He's another celebrity, if I'm not mistaken. He's got a lot of star power.
He does, and he's written lots of books, and he's on TV a lot too.
Yeah.
And the most humble guy. I love chatting with him. He is just such a great guy. And then we've got okay, here we go. I'm going to start forgetting people. Oh, Dr. Mark Mosk is coming. Dr. Sue Kornbluth. We've got Lisa Rothfuss is coming. Shazia Sparkman, who is an attorney out of Florida, who's a real firecracker. She's going to be there. And Dr. Mary Alvarez. I hope I haven't left anyone out.
I think that's pretty thorough. But
yeah.
You also, do you have any, I see that you have posted all the people who are speaking. Do you have an agenda up yet anywhere?
we actually are waiting for one more person, and that may be able to come. And I have not posted, they have under their names and pictures and bios on the webpage, they do have a short summary of what they're going to be speaking on. Now, when they're going to be speaking, I'm not going to post yet as far as the brochure until we have one more person trying to see if they're going to be able to come or not. And that would be Dr. William Burnett.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, he had already committed to us, but we thought we were going to do it in May. And then he tried to register for another conference. And if he gets accepted to that, and he'll know this month, then
So we'll know. Good.
Yeah.
So if we want to come the day before, we come and we can find out from you where the restaurant is, but it's not at the hotel, but I guess somewhere close to the hotel.
It is. It's a block away.
Oh,
and,
great.
Yeah, and really, it's a really pretty area there, and it's going to be so nice. And again, we'll be shut off from everybody else, and we're just going to have food and fellowship and just hang out. And I also want to tell you, Friday night we have the meal and a speaker. Also, Saturday night we're going to let 20 people who want to share their story. You may do so. We're going to give you 3 minutes, and that's for Saturday evening after the meal. And but you must be registered before you do that, and it'll be first come, first serve. And we did that at the symposium in Kentucky, and it was really great.
Okay, good. So then free time on Friday. So if you're there early for Thursday, then you have the day to get some work done.
Friday is free. Yeah, right. Friday during the day is free time. I'll be decorating the ballroom.
And you start in the evening.
And then we start at 5 o'clock registration. Great. And then 6 o'clock. Once we know about Dr. Burnett, we'll go ahead and put the brochure up, and you'll have that available to you as well. It's ready, except for where I put in Dr. Burnett at. Other than that, we're ready to post it. Everything else is posted. Oh, I forgot. No, I told a story. One thing isn't posted yet. Sorry about my phone. I turned it off and I don't know how it's doing that. But but anyway, Lisa Baker, who was also an alienated adult parent of an adult alienated child, she's going to be playing and singing for us during our meet and greet on Friday night from 6 to 7.
Great.
And she's a professional, so yeah, that'll be fun too. There'll be hors d'oeuvres and just refreshments. No alcoholic beverages, but just regular refreshments, and just hanging out until we eat at 7, and it'll be fun. And Megan Hunter is speaking 8 to 9.
Good. And to learn more about Elaine and Family Access, you could go to the description portion of this video and click on the link and go straight to her webpage and other resources. But Elaine, please verbally tell us your website so we can find all these great resources.
Certainly, thank you. It's www.familyaccessfightingforchildren'srights.com.
Elaine, I think we're out of time, so let's leave it there. But I want to thank you for being a guest on the Law Center videocast.
Thank you, Larry. I really appreciate this opportunity, and I hope people will get involved with what we're doing as well as they have with Larry. Thank you.
We have been here talking with Elaine Cobb of Family Access Fighting for Children's Rights, and I am your host of the Law Center, Larry DeMarco. We'll be broadcasting live on Tuesdays at 7 p.m., where you can participate in the chat room during the show. Please watch other informational legal videos on my channel, especially the self-help playlists for self-represented litigants in family court. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can catch our new videos and share these great videos with your contact list and social media friends. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Bye for now.